In today's world, phone calls are a crucial form of communications for businesses, and that is why we're all here, right? However, a rise in spam and fraudulent calls has eaten away at consumer trust, making it really tough for legitimate companies like everyone here to connect with consumers. To make matters even worse, enterprises have been caught in the crossfire as the industry looks to crack down on spam and fraudulent calls. This has led to situations like a support center's calls being labeled as spam risk, or a sales rep's calls going unanswered, all due to inaccurate call labels.
That not just sounds awful, it happens to me, it is awful.
It is awful. In fact, before I walked up here today, I actually had a spam call on my watch. Right before I walked up, I thought, oh my gosh, isn't that timely? And this isn't just about, I know, right? Can't make it up. But this isn't just about misconnections. It's lost revenue, it's frustrated customers, it's damaged relationships. And I love data, I love it. And in a recent report by Omdia, over 70% of enterprises, 70% of them reported that 10% or more of their revenue loss over the past 6 months was due to negative call experiences such as blocking or labeling. In more serious cases, there can also be significant harm done to consumers when the mislabeled calls are from healthcare providers, or legal aid, or your bank announcing a fraud call, a fraud event on your bank account. And these urgent calls are not answered because they are marked as spam likely.
So at Bandwidth, we are tackling this problem head on. In addition to working with regulators and industry partners to improve the system, Bandwidth is stepping in to help our customers mitigate the real harm happening today.
And this is why we are incredibly excited to announce Bandwidth Number Reputation Management, coming soon. A new solution giving your enterprise the power to see how your calls are displayed and correct the spam labels.
So, Lauren, how does it actually work?
So our vision is to deliver a reputation number management tool built on a 5-part engine. So part 1 is registration. We start by registering outbound phone numbers with the major US mobile carriers, and these are the guys actually doing the labeling of these calls. This step reduces the likelihood that your calls are going to be mislabeled, and it also gives us a documented source to refer the carriers back to if an improper call label is detected. The second part is monitoring. So you can keep an eye on the status of your number reputation across the industry, including major mobile carriers and consumer app. This is informed by our third engine, display testing. So this checks how your calls actually appear across major US mobile carriers and mobile operating systems. Part 4, Insights and Alerts, provides a holistic dashboard for viewing your reputation across numbers. Bandwidth will send notifications to you when we become aware that a phone number has been potentially flagged as spam or scam. So this is an incredibly powerful tool as you can see which numbers are being labeled and take appropriate action. And finally, but perhaps most importantly, we are right there with you. With Bandwidth's white glove support, our final engine remediation means that we will contact the responsible parties on your behalf and request the removal of improper call labels. By the time you actually receive the notification from us, you can sit back and relax knowing that we are already on it.
Lauren, that's great. Would you be willing to give an early preview to all of us of what you and your product team are actually building?
Absolutely, I'd love to. So let's take a look at the app. So when we interviewed customers about creating this solution, we heard that the old way of manually logging and managing phone number reputation was incredibly maddening and frustrating. That's why our number reputation management dashboard is intuitively designed to be really simple and easy to use. Our app delivers a comprehensive view of your number's performance and call reputation. With easy-to-read donut charts, which you can see up here, you can quickly check the status of the reputation of any of your phone numbers. If you'd like to see the performance of a specific number in your inventory, all you've got to do is scroll down. All your numbers are going to pop up. This table provides a clear view of a number's status using a straightforward stoplight system. So green means clean or verified. Yellow means that a call label has been detected and remediation is already in progress. And red means remediation has been denied and additional steps are going to be needed. If you'd like to focus on numbers in a specific state, it's easy to filter down. And let's show you just numbers that are in the remediation status. So you can see, you can just easily sort and figure out what's what. We can use this view to look across carriers and trace the source of our call labels. And one more step, the scorecard, you can actually see the results of the most recent call display tests and visually see the label for yourself. So you can actually see what's happening, which is pretty cool. And I'm sure you're all interested to see how those call labels actually impact your call performance. As a carrier, we have exclusive access to data about your calling patterns. We'll provide holistic data, historic data, comparing your answer rates to your call label rates. So you can see exactly the impact your calling patterns are having on the labels and how those are going to impact your answer rates. And our cherry on top is threshold alerting. With threshold alerting, you can make sure that you have the resources you need to protect your number reputation even before the labels are applied. So let's take a look at our timeline view. So there you go, you can see the timeline view. These tools provide actionable insights to help your enterprise take back control over your number reputation.
Lauren, that makes total sense. If the issue is consumers knowing that it's a trusted brand calling them, can you explain why just displaying a brand identity with something like branded calling has little to no impact?
Absolutely. So here's the deal. Simply purchasing a branded calling technology has zero impact on whether your business phone number is going to be labeled as spam or fraud. Even more concerning is that branded calling technologies being used today in the market have not been significantly enhanced in years. And they fail to take advantage of technological advancements and the security that STIR/SHAKEN provides us. Aside from call logo or call reason presentation, the latter of which isn't even supported across all devices, there is currently no difference in how branded calls are displayed compared to CNAME. So you might know CNAME as caller ID, which is something Bandwidth has supported for over 15 years. But instead of looking at the past for answers to solve this problem, Bandwidth is exploring the next generation of authenticated call solutions using rich call data, which is an extension of the STIR/SHAKEN framework. So by taking a standards-based approach with rich call data and STIR/SHAKEN, we will be perfectly positioned to solve this problem globally, especially as STIR/SHAKEN gets more adoption around the world.
We will continue to push for innovations in this field for the benefits both our enterprises and their customers, and we're excited to be at the forefront of what comes next. It starts with reputation management for numbers to make sure your calls can be delivered as you've come to expect with any registered caller ID instead of being overridden by a spam call label.
Exactly, David. We believe reputation management will transform our customers' ability to mitigate the harm and confusion that comes from improper call labeling by giving enterprises greater control over the reputation of, let's face it, your own phone numbers. We can improve trust and communication between businesses and consumers.
Please join me in thanking Lauren for her and her team's wonderful work.